JB Mottersberg, it is just gone 9 o'clock on Monday morning. If United fans had woken up to the news that David Moyes had resigned, would anybody be upset?
Oof. I had to say it's a no, to be quite honest. I mean, I was watching the post-match interviews and he started coming out with the same language of, oh, I didn't think we did all that much crossing. And I think he said in the press conference, he used the term mental softness, didn't he? And I thought, at some point, can you not have a bit of, I don't know, humility and say, I'm not the right man for this job. Here's a resignation. I hate saying that because I don't think we should be attritional, and I'm not a Moyes out type of person. But I think we've given him a hell of a lot of backing, and he needs to show us some evidence of what he can do a bit quicker than maybe he was led to believe. 6-year contract, I think that was a bit of a daft decision.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would be too disappointed if he had resigned. I think the tide's turning a little bit. You could sense it at Old Trafford on Sunday that whilst in the stands people are still singing and getting behind him, when people are talking amongst themselves, they're not fully behind him. And obviously the result didn't do anything to allay our fears. Social media is a different story, but on social media, everyone's sort of sticking the knife in. I think there's sort of the general consensus is that he's out of his depth. And like Johnny was saying then, his comments aren't really helping. I think he's on a bit of a hiding to nothing, because if he comes out and says the players are magnificent, people are going to say, well, what are you talking about? They're not playing well. And if he says, as he did, that they're lacking a bit of heart, people are going to criticise him for that as well. But his media responses haven't been great, to be fair.
No.
He's always looking to that next game, isn't he? What happens when we run out?
Yeah.
Well, this is it. We'll turn a corner in the next game.
Against Arsenal.
Yesterday, Old Trafford was a graveyard, completely full of crosses. 81 crosses, 12 found a red player, and probably 10 of those were where they were overhit and the head was back into the box. Why are we committed to these crosses when they don't work? Neither of our goals came from them. What's the point? Why don't we have a plan B?
It's hard to say, isn't it? It's just the $1,000,000 question. Every fan's asking that because we can all see it's not working. Moyes clearly wants United to play that way. We don't have the players to do it. I don't know what he isn't getting that everybody else. It's a really rudimentary thing. We don't have the players to get on the end of that crosses. We don't have like a Lakina Traore who's 6'8", or even a Yelovich. And we don't have the quality of crosses a bit like Beckham or Ryan Giggs back in his heyday when he used to be an orthodox winger. I honestly don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there. A lot of our strikers like to drop deep, don't they?
Yeah.
RVP likes to do it. Rooney likes to do it. And, some of the quality of the crosses leaves a lot to be desired as well. We've seen Valencia sort of young as well overhit crosses constantly. And I think, yeah, like you said, we've not got the striker that's going to be there always looking for that cross. And also the quality isn't there. And we've seen sort of when players go off do their own thing, if you will, when Mata drifts inside or when Januzaj's drifted inside before. We've seen the through balls that have led to goals, so I don't understand why someone can't, on the coaching staff or Moyes himself can't utilise that more often.
Yeah. The only outfield player, with the exception of David De Gea, not to put in a cross yesterday out of the 14 guys that played for us was Nemanja Vidic. So there's clearly some mad culture in that. It's not a fluke that we keep hitting these crosses. If Chris Smalling is putting in crosses, there's a problem. Do you think there is a long-term plan here? Do you think maybe he's going to go out in the summer and look for players who can put that ball in, or look for a forward who can win the header? Or do you think he just hates playing football through the middle?
I honestly don't know. It's really becoming like a bit of a Moyes conundrum, isn't it? I think he will go out and try and get those players. I think he will go back in again for. I think Leighton Baines might be over, but Seamus Coleman, who's former stalwart at Everton, probably will go for him. And then who are we going to bring in next? Peter Crouch. He's got quite a good goal record now at the moment, historically. Anyway, I honestly, it's so frustrating. I have no idea what's going on and why he thinks that is the solution. And how come people like Fergie? Is Fergie saying, "Don't stop doing this? It's not working," and he's going, "I'm not listening." Or does anybody? Is he allowed to do his own thing, even though he's failing so terribly with tactics?
The strange thing for me is you're talking about you constantly want crosses. You want wingers that are going to put in crosses, that are going to try and get crosses in. So maybe getting hold of a player like Wilfried Zaha might have been a good idea for us.
Yeah, I've heard he's good. We should look at him. I've
heard he's had a bit of a good debut for Cardiff.
You just kick it in the box. There's not any thought about who might get on the end of it. It's just, I'll kick this in now. So let's move on to Arsenal. Will we apply the same tactics, do you think, and just keep smacking it to the head of Per Mertesacker?
I hope not. I think we've got to change stats, and I think that you can label it a 4-2-3-1, or you can call it what you want, but for me, it's 4-4-2. That's what we've been playing, and it's just not working. And I think we need to go 4-3-3. I think we need 3 central midfielders maybe Fellaini, Jones, or Giggs in the middle, and let Mata, Rooney and RVP work as a front three, rather than shoving Mata out wide and having another winger, and then having two central midfielders just getting overrun, which is what's been a sort of a running trait this season. It's just not working.
Such a waste of Mata's talent to keep pushing him out to the right.
It's awful.
Why is that happening, JB? Answer these questions.
Because I don't know.
Why are you here? Why don't you know anything, JB?
He's a very, very one-dimensional manager. Is why it's happening. I don't know why he keeps insisting that Mata keeps sticking to the right. I mean, we saw from I heard on the TV cameras, he's there saying like, Mata, come back to the right, stick to the right flank and cover Raphael. That's not his duty. He's a creative talisman. He's amazing. He's got 3 assists in 3 games. Why is he sticking to the right and covering Raphael?
There's another player in the wrong position. Okay.
Yes.
Exactly, and he's got them assists more or less when he's done his own thing and drifted inside. That's the thing. He's not getting assists by whipping in crosses. And it's painful to watch. And like you were saying, we saw it with Moyes, with Ashley Young screaming at him the other week to get out wide, come out wide, and it's just becoming embarrassing.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. So, what teams would you guys play against Arsenal? JB, you can go first for no obvious reason.
Okay, I will go with I think a very similar lineup to yesterday, but I won't play it in the same formation. So, De Gea, Raphael, Chris Smalling, Vidic, and Evra at left back. In centre mid, Fletcher and Carrick. I think Fletcher might have been being preserved for this coming midweek, so I'll play him there. Nice bit of discipline, and he really likes wearing the shirt. He's a good lad. And then I just want to play like a floating attacking 3, like Chelsea would have done with Oscar, Hazard, and Mata, or whoever it is. Just want to play like Rooney, Mata, and Januzaj, but float, just like rotating, swapping flanks, just confusing the opposition, coming inside, coming outside. Yeah, and then RVP up front, dropping deep, almost like a false 9. So not to have too many cooks in the attacking areas, but so we get some kind of attacking filigree getting going on. But Moyes isn't going to do that.
Who's going to put the crosses in though, JB? That's my question.
Well, I don't know. Leighton Baines might come up, might pop out of nowhere.
Jay,
you never know.
My team, I think defensively I'll probably go with again, I'm going to guess here who's fit and who's not, because I'm not quite sure. I know there's a couple of players that could or couldn't be fit, but I'll go with David De Gea, Raphael, Evra, and then I'll probably go with, if Evans can make it, have Evans. And do you know what? If is Rio fit? I think he is into. I'd throw Rio in. He's been making a lot of noise on Twitter. Let's see if he's got one game left in him. Yeah, I don't think Giroud's got much pace in him anyway. So I think if Real's still got something to offer, he can do something against Arsenal. In midfield, if Fellaini's fit, I'd put him in at Jones and probably Giggs in a 3. And then up front, I'd have Mata, RVP and Rooney, with probably RVP as a sort of the tip of the spear, if you will, and Rooney and Mata playing off him. But I'll just try and get out this sort of mindset of 4-4-2 or wingers out wide and try and go a bit more through the middle and see if we can make things happen that way.
Wouldn't it be nice if David Moyes watched? I feel like he mustn't. He obviously doesn't subscribe to Full Time Devils because he's sticking to his wingers. I think if he watched this, just one channel, one video, everything would change and we'd win the treble.
It'd be sorted, wouldn't it?
It's bound to happen.
It'd be nice if he just watched the United game. Then maybe his attitudes would change.
It's cross the business. It's not working. Let's
the difference. You notice?
Zing. So Arsenal are coming off the back of a 5-1 thrashing at Anfield. Will they be looking for revenge, or will it be maybe a bit of a wounded animal that was there for the taking?
Who was it that they got? They got absolutely tonked off somebody else a couple of weeks ago. And who was it? Come on, lads, help me out.
Man City.
Yeah, so Man City 6-3, and then the following game they won, didn't they? They just came back pretty strong.
That was a joke. I thought you were like, "Come on, lads, help me out." I didn't realise you just couldn't remember.
That's too early for jokes, mate. After that result, anyway. No, I think they'll come back pretty well. They're at home. I think they'll want to lay down a marker and say that they're not the chumps that Liverpool, rightly or wrongly, made them out to be. So they've got some key players out. I think without Theo Walcott, since their game plans changed a little bit. I think that they're playing Oxlade-Chamberlain on the right side. He was a bit of an unknown. I mean, he sometimes turns up, sometimes doesn't. Then they've got Santi Cazorla on the left-hand side cutting in. I think it's going to be a very busy afternoon for the likes of Fletcher and Carrick running around. And we all know Carrick never had the greatest legs anyway, never any kind of like covering pace. And he's getting on a bit at the moment. Although had a really good game in terms of passing creativity yesterday. Do
you agree with that, Justin? Where do you think this game will be won or lost?
You've got to look at the midfield, haven't you, with Arsenal? They've got such strong characters there, such strong players. You know, the likes of, I I don't know who's fit and who's not for him, but obviously
Ramsey's not fit.
Ramsey's not fit. They've still got Ozil. They've got Wiltshire fit as well. They've got players there. Arteta. They've got players there that can make things happen. And obviously we haven't really in midfield. Yeah. That's been our weak point. So I think that it may well be like Johnny was saying. You know, midfield's got a big part to play. I don't think I've ever been less confident going into an Arsenal game since I can remember. I've always felt we can do a job against Arsenal. I always felt we've had the beating of them, but I just think that yes, they've been battered off Liverpool, but they're going to look for a response. And right now, you know, the atmosphere sort of around United it's like a dentist waiting room or something. Everyone just seems down. I don't think the confidence is there, and I think we're going to struggle. I really do. I hope I'm wrong, obviously, but I think this could be a bit of a bad result.
Okay, how bad, Justin? What's your prediction?
As I say, I hope I'm left with egg on my face, but I think Arsenal are going to win it by a couple of goals. Probably, I'd say 3-1.
3-1. Okay, JB.
Oh God, it's horrible, this, isn't it? I think we'll bag, but I think they'll get a couple of comfortable goals. So I'm going to go for 2-1.
I'm going to be slightly more upbeat. I'm going to go 1-1. I think we're going to be losing, and we're going to put in some crosses. They're going to get us nowhere, and then Van Persie will get on the end of someone's mishit back pass and score.
So specific.
I mean, if it's 1-0 and that doesn't happen, I won't feel like I got it right.
Nothing to do with Moyes' tactics.
Yeah, totally irrelevant.
Stabby little back pass.
Awesome, guys. Thanks very much. So that was the Arsenal preview. Please let us know what you thought about the teams of David Moyes, about crossing. We would love to hear about crossing. Write it all down below, like the video, and make sure you've subscribed.